My name is Bistra Ivanova, and I'm a co-founder and chairperson of the Bulgarian NGO called Kulti Collective. It's 15 years old, so even before the beginning of my career as an expert in the field of migrant integration, I heard about MPG. And throughout the years, they have been like a really like a standard and something to look up to professionally. First of all, I knew that they were managing the FC website, the European website on integration, because one of my colleagues was the national coordinator for Bulgaria. And she was always referring to MPG as a very professional, very influential, very important organization at the European level. And when for the first time I had the opportunity to actually meet, back in the days, it was Thomas Ahadelson. I have to say that he has been some of the people that I looked up to the most in my career. He was like a professional model for me, somebody who I was really inspired what a professional in this field could look like, could speak like, could inspire other people like, could develop projects like. I have always been inspired by MPG. And throughout the years, I had the chance to work with MPG on many different projects, such as the Sirius network for more than 10 years now. Also on big projects like the NIEM project, where we did the first big comparative research in refugee integration policies in 16 different countries. So I have always been inspired by the level of thought that MPG puts into developing instruments to be used by other countries in different contexts so that we can come up with data which is relevant, which is accurate, which is robust, which could feed the advocacy and policy making processes. I think that this is maybe the biggest strength of MPG, these indexes, because they really let our politicians and our societies see where we actually stand. Sometimes we think, oh, we're doing very good in refugee education. Great. But when you look at the ranking and you look at the objective criteria, you realize that, oh, there are a lot of things that we can improve. I think that another added value of MPG is their position in the Brussels at Brussels level. I think that MPG has access with the main stakeholders of the European Commission, with the European institutions, with the policymakers, and is able to actually really influence the exact stakeholders with the research gathered. Because given that NGOs often produce research that nobody looks at, uh, MPG has these advocacy tools to actually be there, be at the right events, be at the right moments to actually present the data. And I must say that I have always been impressed with the way that MPG can use MyPex. To me, this is in my opinion, maybe the biggest success of MPG. And the hashtag MyPex in use for me has always been an inspiration to make sure that this tool is not only developed once, twice, three times throughout the years, but is also continually being used. Whenever I write as a researcher a paper about migration in any way, it could be health, could be education, could be housing, I always go back to MyPex to go and to cite some relevant data to compare countries, to speak about my country, Bulgaria, etc. So I think that this is another added value of MPG that you try to, and I think that you really succeed in making use of the research. So it doesn't only gather dust in somebody's desk, but it's really used wherever appropriate. Looking at the general context of where Europe currently is, I'm a little bit afraid that what was a given before, for example, we thought that we should integrate migrants. That was the general assumption of most European countries on political level, on social level. I'm a bit afraid that in the last few years, this is a little bit shaken, and we see more far-right voices, more far-right politicians who don't want to integrate migrants, who actually want to exclude migrants and to send them back to their country. So I feel that maybe in the future we have to also work a little bit more in engaging the European societies, which means to not only speak to the policymakers, to the experts, but also to go a little bit deeper into the society with maybe some awareness raising activities or communication activities, and to transmit the message that migrants actually make Europe stronger. They are bringing their talent, they are bringing their skills, they are bringing their innovation, their ideas. And without migrants, Europe might be weaker. The successful societies across the world are the ones who are able to benefit from migration. They are able to make the best of the people's desire to move to another country and to develop there. But also, the local countries can build on this enthusiasm, these skills, this talent. So I think that maybe in the future, MPG could also think about reaching the general public, not only the expert circles. I would like to wish MPG happy birthday as an organization, but also to each and every individual team member. Because I have been in touch with MPG for more than 10 years, maybe around 15 years. I have seen a lot of people come and go, but everybody put their efforts, everybody left their legacy. I still remember many of the old colleagues from back in the days, and when I see them at some European events, or sometimes Facebook shows me that they have a birthday. So for me, it's always really nice to stay in touch with the colleagues. So I wish both the organization and everybody individually a happy birthday, and I'm really proud with everybody who is working for human rights, who is working for the European values that we stand behind, and everybody who is making Europe stronger.